Okay, so this is the fourth video about the LabTech Professional Learning session. In the last video, what we did is we looked at a number of different ways that we could toggle between programs which are open, and we also talked about how to use the Windows key and a variety of different shortcuts which could be useful for you. Now, in Windows 8, there's a number of different kinds of shortcuts that you can use with the Windows key. And a lot of these ones can help you, but some of them do require you to have specific apps installed. So what I'll try to do is I'll just try to tell you about the most useful ones that I think you are most likely to use in the school-based environment. So one of the things that you'll notice about Windows 8 when you move the cursor to the right-hand side of the screen is you get like a small little bar which comes up. Okay, now this happens, let's say for example, if you're using a laptop, you generally have to sort of swipe your hand in from the side of the page to get this to appear, and this is what's called the charms bar. Okay, now if you can't get that to appear, there is an easy way for you to get it to appear by pushing the Windows and then C key. And that will bring up what we call the charms bar, and this is the charms bar here. It's just basically a way that you can then navigate to the search, which we've talked about before, which is exactly the same one that we used from the start menu. You can then share something. Now, what this allows you to do is it allows you to quickly take a screenshot of the desktop. Okay, now you can either send that to a Windows phone, or you can email it to somebody. Okay, now it uses sort of like a built-in app. Okay, so it doesn't really use Outlook. You have to configure the mail application, which is kind of built in with Windows 8, and it is a bit different to Outlook. So even if you've got your email set up with Microsoft Outlook, this is something different, which is on top, and you do need to set that up to get that to work. So may not be that useful. I will show you another way that you can actually take screenshots, and we'll talk about that in another video. So going back to the charms menu, the other things that you can do is obviously go to the start menu, which we've talked about. Now this one here is a useful one, devices. Now if you click on that, what that allows you to do is it allows you to either project things, print things that you see, or even play something as well, but you can only play it from specific applications. Okay, so you may not use that very often. Sometimes this one is really useful, say for example if you're trying to mirrorcast, okay, or project what you've got on your machine to another machine on the network. Okay, and there's a variety of different ways that you can do that, and we'll go through some of those in a later video. Now the last thing on the charms menu is also your settings, okay, which is also a useful thing for you to get to, okay, which allows you to then go to your control panel, change your volume, etc. Have a look at your different network options, things like that. So we won't go through all those now because it will probably take a little bit too long. Now with the charms menu, obviously there are quicker ways that you can go through some of the things on the charms menu. Okay, so rather than having to open the charms menu and then click on something, you can just use a keyboard shortcut to do it. Okay, so if you want to search quickly for something, you can just go Windows key Q, which will bring up a search. Share, it's Windows key H, which allows you to share things. Windows key K will allow you to then interact with any devices you have attached. And Windows key I allows you to go to your settings. So there's a number of different ways that you can get to those different areas. Now, one of the ones which is probably going to be the most useful for you, and one thing which you'll no doubt have a lot of science staff come in and carry on to you about, because I know I do that to Miriam and Lisa all the time, is about how to project a laptop image or something like that to an interactive whiteboard or a TV, and I'll show you how to do that in the next video.